Do you ever see those men in society that seems to be a little bit too nice? Like they they're always self-sacrificing in a way that you just know just doesn't seem right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you may have come across the nice guy. And it's funny. You would think that these nice guys would be people that are self-sacrificing. They don't have any ulterior motives. They are nice, as the name would put it. But that is far from the truth. And I mean far from the truth. These men usually operate from a manipulative standpoint where they don't speak for themselves. They don't speak up for themselves. They don't like to express their emotions, their desires, their wants and needs. And that comes at a cost. Because the reality is they still have those wants and needs. They're just going to get it in covert ways. And what's a better way to do something in a covert manner? Manipulation. So, these nice guys, there's a bunch of them. Me as a man, I don't hang around nice guys, and I don't think men should hang around nice guys because it's destructive to us too, not only women. Men being in company with nice guys is very destructive. I can even speak from my experience. I've met some nice guys that would sacrifice friendships, finances, career opportunities, their future for their girlfriend, their talking stage. I've even had a case and circumstance where the dude really, they weren't together, but he was sacrificing so much of his time, his effort, his energy. He was taking care of her car. He was taking care of her. He was taking care of the family, actually. And what would be strange is after all of these things, and the girl, whoever it may be, would not give him whatever it is he clearly didn't make vocal to her. He would then start to treat her with this pessimism. In fact, he would start to gaslight her, and the manipulative games would start. And when I noticed it, I realized that I couldn't hang around this guy because here it is now. We had plans to do certain things, and now he's changing the plans because of this girl. And it bothered me. It bothered me because I know I wouldn't have done it. That's why this person could trust me. But I couldn't trust him because if he would have put his life on the line for his girl, he sure would have put my life on the line for his girl. And that just never sat right with me. So these nice guys, these people, white knights, you could call them too. These white knights, they always want to be somebody's savior. They always want to make someone's day better. And I'm not going to point fingers and say that I am perfect and I've never been like this. In some circumstances and cases, I thought that I would be able to fix someone too. But I wasn't manipulative about it. I thought I could fix some people. But I did have my wants and desires. And whatever I didn't do it with the expectation of receiving. These people would love bomb you. These white knights, they would love bomb you. They would give you these big, generous offerings, bend over backwards for you. And if it's something of mine that, let's just say you were working, you were busy, and they needed some help, and you couldn't help, there's a high chance that this person will then treat you in a strange way or talk behind your back and tell other people that you're not a good friend. Not because you are a bad friend, but the reality is they just don't like you very much because you didn't come through for them like they did for you. And it's funny because reciprocation is very similar, but there's a small line between reciprocation and being a white knight. Like, if you're reciprocating something, that's showing appreciation. These people are expecting that. They're doing it with the expectation. Me, I don't give expecting someone to give me the money back. Otherwise, that wouldn't be me giving them money. That would be loaning money. I don't give people gifts with the expectation of me getting the same value and a next gift returning. Like, it just doesn't work like that. But these people, these white knights, subconsciously, it's transactional. Whatever you do is transactional. That's the best way to put it. Whatever you do, it's transactional. And they expect that you should know. They expect to get what they desire without saying it. Very entitled, mind you. Sounds very familiar about some people, but very entitled, very selfish, very manipulative, and very, very problematic. Because if you have a team, if you have a circle, and you're trying to get some stuff done, and you have this one guy in this circle, it's gonna be confusion and problems. Like me and my boys, if we're planning something, or we're trying to move towards a goal, we're all in. That white knight, that nice guy, he would be all in, but then he would flake. He would be unreliable. I wouldn't be able to trust him. How could I trust you with whatever task that I'm trying to achieve or accomplish to help me get there? How am I going to trust that you're going to stay grounded in whatever you're saying today? Whatever you're saying today, you may go back on it for someone else. I can't trust that. I think it's stupid that you trust that, actually. But these people are really, really dangerous. And I mean dangerous. They're dangerous enough that they affect the way you see kindness. Because they would flip the script. If they be kind to you and you receive and you don't give in return, they'll say, hey, you're taking my kindness for weakness. I don't appreciate that. And then flare up and blow up on you. And now that I think about it, it makes sense why my mom would always tell me to give back to people. And my dad, anytime things I would take home, they'd tell me give it back. Because if you accept things from people and you don't give anything back, they may very well be expecting something in return, whether it be tangible or intangible. And when you put it in that case and circumstance, you're very aware. You're very aware and cognizant of what you receive from people, and you look at the value of things. And if you self-reflect, you will realize what's going on very quickly. And I mean very quickly. But generally, these nice guys, you gotta leave them alone. Don't accept anything from them. Just say to yourself, this person is being too nice, and it's coming from a state of trauma. That's another thing I have to mention. It usually comes from a state of trauma. These nice guys probably were bullied when they were younger. They didn't have very many friends. People probably didn't look at them very nice. They probably weren't very attractive to some people. So they might have been harassed or made fun of or ostracized for whatever the case and reason. They are being nice for a reason. And it could be that they're being nice because that's what they would want in return. But the way that they go it just is above and beyond what's healthy, what's feasible, what makes sense, quite frankly. And it's so serious that people wouldn't even like being called a nice guy. Like when people tell me a lot, they tell me that I'm a nice guy. I usually do correct them because I know that I'm not a nice guy. I'm kind, but I do have a darker side, and I don't hide that I have a darker side. In fact, some people would say that I'm secretive or I'm sly, and I don't think that it is the case. I'm just selective on who I open myself up to, because it would be stupid to expose your cards, right? But I tell people all the time, I'm not a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy. When I give, I don't expect anything in return, but I don't give grandiose, extreme things. Like, I wouldn't buy someone a new car. I wouldn't buy an expensive gift and expect them to buy me a gift in return, or I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy a gift for a girl and expecting for her to, be head over heels for me. It just doesn't work like that. But these guys, they generally do think that way, and it's insane when you think about it like that, because they could deceive you if you're not aware, if you don't have the knowledge of what's going on, if you're not aware of these things, you will fall victim. You will fall victim to the crash outs, the angry, the passive aggressive comments. They will treat you weird, almost bipolar. They won't express how they feel because they won't express their desires. I wouldn't expect them to express how they feel. And hopefully they don't get violent or aggressive. The likelihood is high, but they're not good for you. They're not good for the soul. They're not good for the soul. But in the future, for you people that come across these people, avoid them. Keep conversations to a minimum. Watch them. Be aware. See how they treat other people. Listen to how they talk about other people. And definitely see how they interact with people. Because people can lie. They could say, like a nice guy would probably say, oh, Jeff is a really cool guy, he's really nice. And then when you see him engaging with Jeff, you could visibly see that something's off. Like, you could see something is off. But just be aware. Be vigilant. Use your discernment. And don't fall victim to these people. Don't fall victim to these men. It's no win. Like, I don't see any way of it being beneficial in the long run. I guess you could get a few gifts, if you're materialistic. If you're materialistic and you want a buster, you could get a nice guy to do it for you. But in the long run, it's not going to end well for you. Definitely going to end well for him emotionally, but more or less for you, man or woman. The girls, they're definitely still going to use the nice guy anyway. And this is where the saying comes, nice guys always finish last. And it's for the same reason, nice guys always finish last. Nice guys will stay in a relationship for so long. And then when it gets to the end, they'd have so much resentment. Instead of leaving that girl, they would be so resentful, so bitter. It makes no sense.